Hey everyone, welcome back to the class. Now, in the previous class, you are aware that we have already completed the topic factorization of polynomials, where we have learned how to factorize a polynomial. We have also learned about division algorithm, factor theorem, and remainder theorem. So, in this class, we are going to discuss some of the questions of class 10, exercise 6, ICSE syllabus. Now, let's start with question number 4. Now here you can see that I have already written the question number 4 of exercise 6. You shouldn't worry about question number 4 because you should really try to understand the type of questions, not go into the question numbers, because you might find a different question number in a new book. So let's not bother about the question number. It is a question type and how to solve it that is more important. Find the value of k if on dividing this is the expression. Okay, so ये जो एक्सप्रेशन है 2x क्यूब प्लस 3x स्क्वायर माइनस kx प्लस 5, इसको अगर हम लोग x माइनस 2 से डिवाइड करते हैं तो रिमाइंडर जो है वो 7 रहता है. So you have to find the value of k. Okay, so I'm giving you 10 seconds just to find out what is fx, gx, rx. You need to find out, that is more important, right? So take out your pen, paper and write it down. Okay, so here this expression polynomial is fx, right? So we can write here 2x cube plus 3x square minus kx plus 5. Okay, the first factor we have gx, not factor, actually we are dividing the polynomial by x minus 2, so gx should be x minus 2. Okay, and remainder is given, that is 7. Now here comes the remainder theorem. Using remainder theorem you need to write it, or you can also write by remainder theorem. What does remainder theorem says? If you go back and see the previous class, you will understand that when fx is divided by gx, then f of, suppose this is x minus a. Okay, so x minus a, then fa is the remainder. So here we're gonna get 2 here, so a is 2 here, so f of 2 is the remainder. So that is 8 into 2 is 16. (28) plus 5, 33, minus 2k equals to 7. So 2k on that side we can take it. 2k equals to 33 minus 7. Okay, so that's 33 minus 7 is 26 equals to 2k. Hence 2k equals to 26, so k equals to 26 by 2, that's 13. Okay, so that's the value of k. Now let us see this question where we have what number must be subtracted from, you see this expression 2x square minus 5x, so that the resulting polynomial leaves remainder 2. So something has to be subtracted from this expression. इसमें से कुछ माइनस करेंगे तभी जाकर के अगर हम उसको 2x plus 1 से डिवाइड करते हैं तो रिमाइंडर 2 हमारे पास होगा. So if we divide the expression after subtracting the number, then if we divide this expression divided by 2x plus 1, then we get the remainder 2. अगर इस एक्सप्रेशन में से हम कुछ सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं, देन उसको 2x plus 1 से डिवाइड करते हैं तो हमारे पास रिमाइंडर 2 बचेगा. So in that case we have to subtract something from this expression. So gx is 2x plus 1. Now again, using remainder theorem, we know that this is x plus a. If we want to write it in the form of x plus a, so let us say 2x plus 1 equals to 0. That means we can say 2x equals to minus 1 and x equals to minus 2. So f of minus half should be the remainder. Okay, so in place of x we're going to write minus half. This is the rough part. You can also include this in the main part. So if you include it in the main part, you write put 2x plus 1, then you can continue with that. Okay, here I've written using remainder theorem, so it's not that necessary. We can directly go to this. Okay, so this is square, means it gets positive, so 1 by 2 again plus 5 by 2 minus k equals to 2. So once we take k to that side, k equals to, I'll take 2 to this side, so half plus, that is 2, 1 plus 5, and 2 goes to that side, that is minus 2. So you have 6 by 2, 3 minus 2, so that's 1. So k is 1. So what is k? K is the number required to be subtracted. So therefore the number to be subtracted from 2x square minus 5x is 1. You decide what is fx and what is gx. I'm giving you 5 seconds for that. Okay, now here you see a polynomial. Find a if the polynomials this and this. There are two polynomials, ax cube plus 3x square minus 9 and 2x cube plus 4x plus. We have two polynomials, so we can write f1x and f2x. Instead of taking f1x and f2x, you can also take fx, px, like that. You can, it doesn't matter, so I prefer taking that. So ax cube plus 3x square minus 9, and the second one is 2x cube plus 4x plus a, and the number that divides the divisor is x plus 3. Remainder is same in both cases. Okay, so using remainder theorem, what is the remainder for the first one? That is f1, and the remainder for the second one is f2. In both the cases, the number, the divisor is x plus 3, so x plus a is minus 3 here. Okay, now in both cases we're going to put minus 3, so a into minus 3 cube plus 3 into minus 3 square minus 9 equals to 2 into minus 3 cube plus 4 into minus 3 plus a. After solving, you'll get a equals to 3. Okay. Question: by factor theorem, show that x plus 3 and 2x minus 1 are the factors of 2x square plus 5x minus 3. यहाँ पे डिविडेंड कौन सा है? ये. 2x स्क्वायर प्लस 5x माइनस 3। यहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा जो डिग्री है अगर किसी एक्सप्रेशन का तो वो है इस एक्सप्रेशन का। सो इसको हम लोग जनरली डिविडेंड पकड़ते हैं। सो fx इज 2x square plus 5x minus 3. Now again this polynomial is being divided by two factors, two numbers here. So x plus 3 and 2x minus 1. So let g1x be x plus 3 and let g2x, ये दूसरा फैक्टर हम लोग करते हैं, 2x minus 1. So if g1x and g2x are factors of fx, then the remainder has to be 0 according to factor theorem. So let us first find out whether the remainder is 0 or not. So in the first one, at x equals to minus 3, at x plus a, so a is minus 3 here. At x equals to minus 3, fx becomes f of minus 3 equals to 2 into minus 3 square plus 5 into minus 3 minus 3. So that is, since remainder is 0, we can write it since Rx, that is remainder f of minus 3 equals to 0, therefore x plus 3 is a factor of fx. Now we didn't divide, right? Without dividing, we used factor theorem and we found out that x plus 3 is a factor. बिना divide किए हमने find कर लिया. Now same process we're going for the second one, g2x. Now 2x minus 1. So here again we have to consider. Now let us first write this, g2x equals to 2x minus 1. Okay. So we can write put 2x minus 1 equals to 0. So 2x equals to 1 and x equals to half. So at x equals to half, f of half equals to, now we can again write, since f of half equals to 0, therefore 2x minus 1 or g2x is a factor of fx. That's it. Question number 10. Without actual division, you need to prove that x power 4 plus 2x cube, this expression, is exactly divisible by another expression, x square plus 2x minus. The factors of gx, using the splitting of middle term, we get x plus 3 and x minus 1. Now these are the factors of gx. Let us see whether these are the factors of fx or not. So let fx be divided by x plus 3 first, and let us see the remainder, that x at x equals to minus 3, whether it is 0 or not. Okay, so remainder f of minus 3, we get 81 minus 72, 81. Okay, that's 0. Since f of minus 3, that's the remainder, equals to 0, therefore x plus 3 is a factor of fx। ये कौन सा थ्योरम है? ये फैक्टर थ्योरम है। अगर रिमाइंडर 0 होता है तो the divisor is a factor, so let fx be divided by x minus 1 by remainder theorem। By remainder theorem, you need to write the full form. We have remainder equals to f of 1. So we see when dividing by x minus 1, we get again the remainder as 0. Now since f1 equals to 0, therefore x minus 1 is a factor of fx. Now that means as x minus 1 and x plus 3 are both factors of fx, x minus 1 into x plus 3 is also a factor of fx, and x minus 1 into x plus 3 is what it is. That's x squared plus 2x minus 3 is the factor of fx and exactly divides fx. Okay, in this question we have to use factor theorem to factorize the following polynomial completely. Now the polynomial is x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6, that is our fx. Now when we use factor theorem, we are going to, since we don't have any factors or divisor given here, so we need to find out those divisors. So let us suppose that if the remainder is 0, then the divisor is a factor. Okay, so at x equals to minus 1, or we can start with any other number. So what we're going to check is we're going to check the last number and the factors of that. So factors of minus 6, we're going to get, these are the factors of minus 6. So you're going to take minus 1 into minus 6 is, sorry, minus 1 into plus 6 is minus 6. Plus 1 into minus 6 is minus 6. So in the same way, these are all the factors of minus 6. So we can start with all these factors, and somewhere we are going to get 0, right? So let's start with minus 1. You can check with other numbers also, doesn't matter. So at x equals to minus 1, when I write f of minus 1, let's see what happens. Okay, so minus 1 cube plus 2 into minus 1, हम कोई भी फैक्टर से स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. सो बेटर है we start with the lowest so that it's easy for us to, that means we have f of minus 1 equals to 0, so the remainder is 0. Since the remainder is 0, since f of minus 1 equals to 0, we have this x plus 1 is a factor. Now if you see the previous questions, we already have a divisor. In this question we don't have a divisor, so this is the first step ये पहला स्टेप है जहाँ पे हम लोग एक डिवाइजर खोजने की कोशिश करते हैं। सो x प्लस 1 इज अ फैक्टर। नाउ हमारे पास एक फैक्टर आ गया। अब हम लोग इस फैक्टर से पूरे पॉलिनोमियल को डिवाइड करेंगे। Be careful with the division process. We start with x. So x into x square is x cube. We get x cube. Then we have 1 here. So 1 into, we have to multiply x square. So we started with x. X into x square, x cube. Then we cannot leave this, so 1 into x square, we have x square, so we'll write this under the x square term, so plus x square. Now as we do in division, we subtract it, so minus, this plus becomes minus, we get this is cancelled, so 2x square minus x square is x square, minus 5x minus 6. Now we repeat the process again with this polynomial. Okay, now again x into x is x square, so x into plus x is x square. Now we continue with that. 1 into plus x is plus 1 plus x, so we'll write this under x term, so plus x. Now again we are going to subtract. This is minus, this is minus, this cancels, minus 5x minus x, that is minus 6x, minus 6. Now again x into minus 6 is minus 6x, so we'll multiply with minus 6, we get minus 6x, plus 1 into minus 6, we get minus 6, and when we subtract, this becomes plus, this becomes plus, and hence the remainder is 0. Fx equals to, our first factor is x plus 1 and the second one is x square plus x minus 6. This is our qx, so fx equals to gx into qx plus rx. Rx is 0, we don't have to write it. Again x plus 1 into, need to factorize, so the question is actually you have to factorize completely the polynomial, so we're going to factorize this term also. So what, splitting the middle term we get the factors, so minus 6 we have that's minus 2 plus 3. Okay, x square minus 2x plus 3x minus 6, x plus 1 into, and take here x common, so that's a third bracket check, x into x minus 2 plus 3 into x minus 2, so we have x plus 1. Here we can take x minus 2 common, and then what is left, x plus 3. So now we have the full factors, full factor. Now fx is fully factorized and the factors are x plus 1, x minus 2 and x plus 3. Now in this question, using remainder theorem, we have to factorize the polynomial completely. So here we can see that the final or the constant term is minus 10, so we are basically going to use the factors of minus 10 here. So let us start with minus 1, so at x equals to minus 1, by remainder theorem we know that f of minus 1 is the remainder. Okay, so we'll use that f of minus 1, so 2 into minus 1 cube plus minus 1 square minus 1 plus 2, so that's minus 8. Oh sorry, that's minus 1 into 2 minus 2, this is plus 3 plus 9 minus 10. 3 plus 9 is 12. Minus 2 minus 10 minus 12. So 0. Since the remainder is 0, x plus 1 is a factor. Since f of minus 1 equals to 0, x plus 1 is a factor of fx. Okay, now we are going to divide this polynomial by x plus 1. Okay, so our fx equals to x plus 1 into 2x squared plus x minus 10. Factorize the second part again, and you get the factors x plus 1, 2x plus 5 and x minus 2. That's complete factorization of the polynomial fx. Now in this question we have fx equals to 2x cubed minus x squared minus px minus 2, and x minus 2 is a factor of fx, so we need to find out the value of p first. Now since gx is a factor of fx, we can see this is a factor, so the remainder has to be 0. So using factor theorem, remainder is 0. What is the remainder? That is f of 2 is the remainder. Now we can put the values there to find the value of p here. So 2 into 2 cube minus 2 square minus p into 2 minus 2 equals to 0. So we get p equals to 5. Therefore fx equals to 2x cubed minus x squared minus 5x minus 2. Now we divide this expression by x minus 2. Do it and come back later to check whether you have done it right. So here is the division. After dividing, you get the quotient as 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. Now factorize it. And hence the factors of fx are x minus 2, x plus 1 and 2x plus 1. Now in this question we have x plus 2 and x minus 3 are both factors of this given polynomial x cubed plus ax plus b. So these are both factors, and hence since gx or g1x and g2x are both factors, so using factor theorem we have f of minus 2 equals to 0 and f of 3 also equals to 0. So we'll just minus 2a plus b equals to 8. 3a plus b equals to minus 27. Now we have two equations and we can solve for a and b separately. Minus 2a plus b and 3a plus b, we have 8 minus 27. So b is same here, we can cancel b by subtracting. So if I subtract, this becomes minus, this becomes minus, this becomes plus. So we have minus 2a minus 3a minus 5a equals to 27 plus 8, 35. So a equals to 35 by minus 5, that's minus 7. Now once we put a equals to minus 7 in any of these, we get the value of b. So minus 2a plus b equals to 8. A is minus 7, So minus 7 into minus 2, 14 plus b equals to 8. So b equals to 8 minus 14 minus 6. Therefore, a equals to minus 7 and b equals to minus 6. If x equals to x cube plus ax, that is plus minus 7x plus b minus 6, x cube minus 7x minus 6. I can check your division. So that's x plus 2 minus 3, we have x squared plus 3x minus that's the complete factorization. Now if x equals to x plus 2 into x minus 3 into x plus 1. That's it. Now here in this question we just have to find the values of a and b. We don't have to factorize the polynomial. So the polynomial is 2x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 14. So x minus 2 is a factor of fx, and hence using factor theorem we get f2 equals to 0. The remainder is 0. So I just put the values and find out. So we get 2a plus b equals to minus 1. Now when fx is divided by x minus 3, the remainder is 52. So here we have remainder as 52. So f of how much? F of 3 at x equals to 3. So now you have to put 3 in place of x. So we get two equations, 2a plus b equals to minus 1 and 3a plus b equals to 4. Use elimination method here. So 2a plus b equals to minus 1, 3a plus b equals to 4. Subtracting, we get minus b minus 3a minus 4. So we have a equals to 5, b equals to minus 11. That's all for today's class. We have completed 10 questions at least in this class. See you in the next class.